Good evening and welcome to Wolfe County High School for some esports action. This is a preseason matchup today between the Wolves Blue and the Elizabethtown High School. Now, we've played this E-Town Panthers team several times this school year already. We played them once in the regular season and we met them in the Final Four of the state playoffs of the fall. So we're back here again with this preseason matchup and we're really excited, and maybe the tables will turn this time and we'll be able to come out victorious. So I'm joined here today with senior Tyler Beasley. He's going to help me shoutcast this, so he's going to be helping out a little bit today.
Thank you for having me, Mr. Evans.
We're going to jump over here to our champ selection, and we're going to see very quickly here. This is not a draft pick. This is a blind pick, so it's going to go really, really fast here. We see a Darius, Warwick, Fizz, Ash, and Blitzcrank pick for E-Town, Oren, Amumu, Diana, Ash, and Leona pick for Wolfe County. So we do have a 3-minute delay here, so we'll leave that up there just for a second here, but should be a good matchup there. I know Amumu is a strong champion for our jungle. Oren is going to be a great top laner to match up against that Darius. We see Ash is going to be a bot lane. It's actually Ash versus Ash. Since there was no ban phase, we're going to see a very interesting matchup down the bot lane. But let's go here while we're waiting, and we will take a look at our starting lineup. We have senior Blake Halsey in the top lane. We have senior Jeremy McKinney in the mid lane. Senior Cameron Caskey in the ADC position. Senior Dylan Profit as his support. And senior Matt Riley in the jungle. So that is your Wolves Blue here for the spring 2020. We also want to take this time to thank our wonderful esports sponsors, Appalachian Wireless, Mountain Telephone, Whitaker Bank, Farmers and Traders Bank, She Brews of Campton, and Sweetheart by Stephanie of Campton. So thanks again to all of our wonderful esports sponsors out there. All right, so we'll go back to our champion selection here. If you're just now joining us on YouTube, make sure you hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and the little bell to get notifications every time we go live. We stream our matches every week, every Tuesday. We're hoping to start our Rocket League matches every Thursday. They're having some issues with the spectator mode, but we hope to bring you those matches coming soon because we do have a Rocket Wolves team this spring. And if you're watching on Mountain Telephone TV, I'm not sure if they went live, if they're streaming it today or not, but we appreciate your support, everybody in the community. So, Tyler, what do you think about this esports team?
I am quite excited to see how our esports team plays today, especially with the Ash versus Ash. That seems really exciting to me. Now, Mr. Evans, what kind of plays can we expect to see this game?
Well, both teams, they've met each other several times, so they're going to be familiar with the play styles and stuff, and they've scouted each other, I'm sure. So it's going to be interesting to see if they're able to take the knowledge and of their previous matchups and apply it to this one, or if we're going to see the same result as before. But it should be great. And then, of course, we got that Blitzcrank and Leona as the support role matchups. Our support, Dylan Profit, has grown tremendously in the last 6 months. I mean, he has just went leaps and bounds. Of course, we have the new top laner for this spring. We have Blake Halsey. So we're going to see how his play style fits in with the other 4 players and see if they can get that synergy to, create some new results this semester. Now, we've got just a few more seconds here until the match starts. We will take you over, and I may have to do some editing. I did not get a chance to change the words, so I will try to fix that very quickly here in just a moment. So we'll be right back. I'll see you all in just a moment. It should. Oh, it's loading. Alright, so we are getting loaded into the game here. Looks like it's kind of froze, so just bear with us. Let's see if it's fixed. Good. Hopefully the game will load here momentarily, so we're not just sitting here delayed for too long. As the timer has started. Just for reference, E-Town's coming in from the bottom left-hand corner. They're the blue team, and Wolves Blue, your Wolfe County team, is the red team, and they're going to be coming in from the upper right-hand corner. So at the 15-second mark, both teams advance into the respective lanes as we see all 5 members of Wolves Blue going down that bot lane, bot jungle, potential invade, and you also see E-Town, 4 of their players going bot. So we're going to see a huge interception here in just a second with that Fizz staying up in mid lane. All 4 of E-Town's players coming up on Wolfe County's players. Are we going to see much of an engage? Oh, and a big yank there by Blitzcrank. As E-Town does sort of back off a little bit, and Wolfe County is staying grouped together here as they roam through this jungle. As we see the little Fizz there, he's going to get Oren. Oren still doesn't see him, trying to get away. Luckily, he's able to escape without too much damage there.
Minions have spawned.
So a lot of action early on here in the first minute as the buffs are getting ready to spawn here in just about 10 more seconds. We've seen both teams really active moving across the map as we see that Darius trying to chase down Oren.
So far, it seems that everyone's playing quite passive.
Well, they're sort of testing each other out. They're trying to see, you know, who's willing to take those risks and who's willing to stick their neck out, so to speak. But yeah, neither team really suffered anything there at the beginning. I do suspect, though, both teams will come out very strong, very fast. They want to get that upper hand as quickly as possible. This is just for those of you that weren't aware, this is the state semifinalist, Wolves Blue, going up against the state runner-up, E-Town. So this is a huge battle here between 2 of the best teams in the state. So we see first blood does go to E-Town, but Wolfe County able to get that next kill there, so it evens it up. E-Town does have a slight lead in gold, although it looks like they may be able to get this next kill here. Oh, and Oren Blake Hossie does escape there barely with any life. Oh, and that ignite did get him. That ignite just chips away at that health there the last 5 or 10 seconds or so. But still, Wolfe County only 1,000 gold behind and still 2-1, still early. So definitely going to have to make sure we close that gold gap, because if E-Town starts to run away with extra gold, they're going to be able to buy more, powerful armor, better equipment. That Fizz just being a real nuisance there in the mid lane too against Jeremy, and Cameron and Dylan doing a good job in the bot lane there, keeping that other Ashe pushed back. As we see, that gold lead has been cut down to 500, so Wolfe County doing a good job here of sort of closing that gap. Really exciting matchup here today. This is the final preseason matchup before the start of the regular season, which is next Tuesday. We will continue to bring you esports action all season long here. Our matches will be on Tuesdays, so if you're just now joining us, make sure you stick around and check us out every Tuesday as we go through this season. As we see the camera going back and forth between top and bot lane there, both of them sort of anticipating some action, some hits here. As some nice hits there on Darius from Orin. And Blake there kind of backing off, not wanting to take too much risk there against that Darius. That's a special skin for Darius where he dunks on you when he does his ultimate. So
I don't think I would like to be dunked on by Darius personally.
No. You see there his goal is like his sword. He has a basketball in his left hand. Okay, so Wolfe County sort of keeping that gold deficit at about 1,000, and neither team has got another kill yet. So just sort of maintaining here as we wait for some more action. And a good dodge there for Dylan in the bot lane. As we see the mid lane here getting double teamed from that Darius. Unfortunately, yeah, that was a... And we see Warwick there also coming in on bot lane. And E-Town just doing an incredible job there of moving down the map and stuff. And just sort of capitalizing on some miscommunication there by Wolfe County. They definitely should have seen those coming down. As we see E-Town here going after that Drake, and Amumu could sneak in if he's able to flash in and steal that Drake, but looks like E-Town is probably going to secure that Drake, and yes, they do. That Infernal Drake is going to give them additional attack damage, which is just going to sort of help them throughout the match. Really unfortunate Wolfe County wasn't able to sneak in there and steal that.
That Drake could be an absolute game changer.
It can, it really can, and when you get multiple Drakes, even if you're a little behind, if you're able to steal those Drakes, it can just change the tide, and next thing you know, you're 20-25 minutes in the match, and you've got all these buffs, and just change everything around. And so you could be behind in kill count, but if you've got those Drakes, they can make all the difference. And we're going to see something else pop up here in a minute. We're going to see this Rift Herald. This Rift Herald is going to be able to do a lot of damage on a tower. It sort of knocks out almost half of a tower's health in one hit. If it's able to get 2 hits in, or 2 towers in, then you're going to just, really push that lane. But it is just spawned. So we're going to see if Wolfe County is able to capitalize and steal that here in the next minute or two. Let's change this. There we go. I always forget to put that scoreboard up. But we can see there that Darius is leading on the creep score by about 9 over Orin. Warwick over Amumu there, just a couple. But otherwise, pretty close there. Your support and your ADC, pretty neck and neck. A few more for the E-Town ADCs. Mid lane, pretty close.
Fooled by Blitzcrank.
Oh, yeah. As we see Dylan able to escape there with the flash, but E-Town just putting a tremendous amount of pressure on these Wolfe County players. And as we see that gold lead start to balloon up to almost 4,000 here.
And that gold lead's getting incredibly high.
It is, and what it means is that they're getting more powerful armor, they're getting more powerful boots, allows them to move faster, allows them to have more attack damage, and it's almost like a snowball effect. If they continue to get more gold, then even if they're not playing as well, just their stats are going to be better. But Wolfe County definitely hanging in there, though. I've watched enough League of Legends games to know that you can never count a team out or nothing, and him, Orange staying just a little too long there, able to get away. As we see E-Town here going after that Rift Herald. And if Wolfe County does not steal this Rift Herald, that is going to be bad news here as E-Town does.
E-Town got the Rift Herald.
That Warwick is going to unleash that Rift Herald here at the worst possible time for Wolfe County. But let's see here if they can turn things around. All hope is not lost, as we see there. Unfortunately, just you start to see that power from the buffs and the additional gold here comes through as they get the double kill there on the bot lane. As we see the dunk. And the ignite is going to get away. So, yep. Wolfe County definitely struggling here early on. Well, as we approach the midpoint of this game, Wolfe County, Wolves Blue struggling a little bit to really get a foothold in this game.
And that gold count's really getting higher now if you were to look at that.
Well, and with each additional kill, too, that gives them additional gold. And you see the Rift Herald summoned here. This Rift is going to take out most of this tower here. As we see it plow into it, as we see Wolfe County here, though, taking down that Warwick. And they do get the double kill. Ash does get the double kill on E-Town, so... Fizz engage, jump in there, and so close, barely escaping. Is he going to be able to get back in time? It's like that Fizz is not going to let him get off so easily. As Amumu engages, can Amumu get the kill on the Fizz? And Jeremy coming in there.
Slain,
yeah.
sadly.
It was a risky move, but if he'd have killed the Fizz, then it would have been worth it. But and we do see the next Drake has popped up. We will probably see an engage here, a fight around the Dragon Pit, possibly.
And E-Town getting that kill in the Dragon Pit. As we can see, Halsey's pushing that tower, but I don't know how well that will fare for them because now we have E-Town pushing middle lane.
So we see E-Town sort of grouping together there in mid lane. After 14 minutes in the game, E-Town only has one tower. Wolfe County really a formidable foe here. They're really not giving up. They're standing their ground. A lot of teams at this point in the game would already be down 2 or 3 towers.
They would start to lose hope.
Yes, but not Wolfe County here. Wolfe County's still hanging in there. Like I said, this game is not over. We definitely need some things to go our way, but
if a few things can just go our way, we can pull this through and win it.
Yes. That second Drake they got a second ago, that would have been really nice, really helpful. But as we see the Warwick, see, look at this. Warwick gets slain. we see the Cameron's Zanali, Ash there doing some damage. And we see some lane swapping here. We see Jeremy up in the top lane, so did that Fizz. Both mid laners did move up top. Sort of protecting that tower, trying to make sure that tower does not fall again. Ooh, and he's got Fizz on the run here. Can he capitalize? And and the Shark's gonna get him. Who's gonna win this one?
Oh.
Come on. Oh my gosh,
Oh,
so close.
Stalemate.
Oh, and Amumu with the miss there. Can Amumu get him? Can he flash into him? Nice hit on the Darius there. As Fizz is going to be able to back, so Fizz escaping there. Excellent team fight up there. Well, it wasn't really a team fight, but with the double team there. And we see Wolfe kind of here coming in. Ooh! And they are able to sort of kill the Warwick. Although Warwick did steal the blue buff. So the Warwick smited the blue buff before going out, but so E-Town with about a 5,000 gold lead here. This game is going to come down to team fights and how well they communicate. Wolfgang's had some breakdowns of communication earlier with the 3 kill in a row when they got the mid lane and the 2 in the bot lane. But if Wolfgang can maintain communication, and that's not good, then they definitely stand a chance here. As doing a lot of damage on that Darius. Gosh, ooh. Not good here for as they get the quad kill. And that Fizz is going to stay, or that Amumu is going to stay away, so he cannot get the pentakill. Maybe? Okay, so he did not get the pentakill. That definitely is very, very tough for Wolfe County, especially here now that they got the second Rift Herald before Baron. So E-Town here maintaining a lot of control, as we see about a 9,000 gold lead and 16-5 kill lead. If you're just now joining us on YouTube, we appreciate your support and checking us out today. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. Make sure you hit that like button and the little bell to keep up with Wolfe County Wolves Esports all season long.
Every Tuesday.
Every Tuesday, 4 o'clock. As we see, the Mountain Drake has spawned. Let's see if Wolfe County is able to go after it, but it looks like E-Town is going to meet them there for another team fight. And after that last team fight, I think that may be a good idea to try to split them up, and that is not going to be good. That Darius is just too strong. Double kill. Ooh.
That's a tough one.
That's definitely going to make it extremely difficult on Wolfe County here to make a comeback, because this is going to give them 3 Drakes along with a very fed, a very powerful Darius, who is at this point almost unstoppable.
Almost godly at
He's
this point.
11-0 and 1, so he's just going to go to work here and
Blue team summoned the Rift Herald. Let's see what this can get them. Wolves Blue going for the
Baron
Baron?
Nasher, yep. You know, with this Baron, this would give them a buff that they desperately need. I don't know that it would be enough to sort of change the tide of this game, but you know, if E-Town's able to come up here, they're going to be a huge headache and potentially steal. Definitely pretty rough here. Just destroyed, completely eliminated. And this leaves the Baron
open to E-Town.
definitely not one of our best games. We're just going to have to hope that we turn things around in game number 2. Come out, you know, as we see E-Town here just shredding through that tower. This inhib is going to fall pretty quickly. Now see, the inhibs, what they do is they produce super minions, and so now the E-Town Panthers has blue super minions that are going to advance up towards Wolfgang's base, and they are super powerful, super, you know, tanky, and they're really difficult to deal with. As we see E-Town there just shredding another tower. Wolfgang just not much they can do. The gold lead is so significant that, yeah.
There's no.
And now with that second inhibitor about to fall, that's going to give 2 waves of super minions, all but ensuring an E-Town victory as we just await the conclusion of the match here. Wolfgang probably going to play a little safe here, so they're not, you know. As E-Town Panthers are going to destroy the Nexus and come away victorious in game number 1. We'll be back in just a few minutes with the second round between the Wolves Blue and E-Town Panthers. We appreciate everybody watching it today. Here is your post-game stats. I'll leave that just for a few seconds. And we will be back in just a few minutes. Thank you for joining us. Welcome back here to Wolfe County Wolves Esports Action. This is going to be our second matchup between the Wolves Blue and the E-Town Panthers. So the first matchup was just finished a few minutes ago, and Wolves Blue did lose to the E-Town Panthers. But hopefully we can change things around and come out victorious here in the second matchup. So let's take a look here at our champion selection. Remember, this is not draft pick. This is blind pick. So they do not have to go through a ban phase. They jump straight into just picking their champions. And they've got, a minute or so to pick. Sometimes they wait until the last second. Sometimes they just go ahead and pick who they want. As we see a couple champions already locked in. We see the Amumu pick for the Wolves Blue Jungle, and we see the Ash Leona for the ADC support role, and then the top and mid lane are sort of hovering there, I think waiting to see who E-Town's going to pick. Now, E-Town's already locked in one champion, their Aphelios, for their ADC, and they are hovering the rest, sort of a strategic move here to wait and see who is going to be picked. They're sort of jumping around, and the Jax pick is locked in against the Yorick top lane. So Jax-Yorick top lane matchup, and we see the Fizz for the mid lane for Wolfe County, and then E-Town locking in the set for, I'm assuming, mid lane, and waiting here to lock in the Elsie as they choose their runes. 2 seconds. All right, we are ready for the matchup here. Actually, there's a 3-minute delay, so let's go ahead and go back over our starting lineup, just in case you're just now joining us. For the Wolves Blue team, we have Senior Blake Halsey in the top lane. We have Senior Jeremy McKinney in the mid lane. Senior Cameron Caskey running ADC in the bot lane. Senior Dylan Profit as his support. And Senior Matt Riley in the jungle. So that is your Wolves Blue here for spring 2020. We also want to take this time to thank our esports sponsors. We have Appalachian Wireless, Mountain Telephone, Whitaker Bank, Farmers and Traders Bank, She Brews, Sweet Art by Stephanie. So thanks again to our wonderful esports sponsors. So we've got about a 2-minute spectator delay, joined here by Tyler Beasley, Senior Tyler Beasley. What did you think of that first matchup?
I think E-Town played phenomenally that round. I think it was quite good, quite a good play.
Oh, absolutely. I did talk to some of the players there. I think they picked some incorrect runes and stuff, so maybe they can make some better picks this time. I know there's some matchups there that they didn't really want that much, but hopefully this matchups are better this time.
Hopefully we can turn it around and get the win.
Oh yeah. So you're not a super experienced League of Legends player, but what'd you think about that last matchup? Like as far as the action and stuff, it's pretty cool to watch, right?
Yes, even for someone that has never played League of Legends, just watching it and seeing how the teams collaborate and really get into the game, it's amazing to see how esports can bring a group of people together.
Well, it's an intense, activity, and you have to have communication. It is not something you do sitting by yourself without any interaction with others. This requires intense scrutiny to improve your performance, and teamwork, collaboration, scouting. So much goes into esports that people just don't realize.
I think more attention should be put on esports personally, because it takes a lot of cooperation between the team and the teammates and everything to get it to work.
Well, with the amount of scholarships being offered in 2020, a lot of schools are picking up on esports because of the opportunities kids can have to go on to the next level. And without these organized teams in high school, then it makes it that much harder to actually compete at the collegiate level. So we're hopeful here that these kids can go on and have a chance to participate at the college level, perhaps.
And maybe go on to be professional players.
I mean, the sky's the limit. You just got to put in the work and the effort and see what the future holds for you. All right, we're about 15 seconds away from the matchup. If you're just now joining us, make sure you hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and a little bell so you keep up with your Wolfe County Wolves all season long.
And remember, we stream on every Tuesday.
All right, we're going to go ahead and jump in over here to the blue, or to the match, and I'm going to have to edit the words here real quick. So actually, nope. Actually, I don't have to. It's already edited. It's already fixed. We are the blue side, so yep. All right. If we can jump through here real quick. Oh, already loaded into the match. Okay, so this time your Wolves blue is the blue side coming in from the bottom left-hand corner, and E-Town is the red side coming in from the upper right-hand corner. As we see both teams anxiously awaiting that 15-second mark, and they're off, running towards the lanes. And it's going to be interesting to see if there's another invade or if they kind of play it safe this time. Looks like everybody's sort of split up, so we may not see an invade from either team, as they're both just sort of playing it safe. Scoreboard back up. Oh, sorry. Nope. And we are just a few seconds away from the blue buffs and the red buffs spawning as the minions are making their way down the line, down the waves. And the blue buff does spawn there as E-Town is hacking away at their blue buff in the bot jungle. And we see a Moo going at his buff in the upper jungle. And we see that matchup there in the mid lane. Fizz versus Set. Set's one of the new champions Riot released a few weeks ago. As we see some quick exchanges there. And we see Dylan just sort of hiding in the bushes there for some reason. Why is he not engaging?
We may never know, but maybe it's for strategy.
And there we go. We see the quick engage there, and so close to getting the first kill. Can he get it? Yes, first blood.
Yes, he can.
Goes to Wolfe County. Good job. Gives them a little gold lead there, about a 500 gold lead early on.
As we see Jeremy McKinney taking on the Fizz in the mid lane, as Mr. Evans said, he's quite a new character. He did not manage to kill Jeremy. And Dylan seems to be hiding in the bush once again. Who knows, maybe they can pull off a strategic kill. Fizz is now pushing up that mid lane. E-Town is now putting on the pressure. We have a stalemate in mid lane. E-Town just keeps laying in the pressure on Wolves. We've just got to hope that Wolfe County can turn this game around.
Alright, so it looks like Wolfe County here still, well, actually kind of hanging in there, 1-2. E-Town has a 2 kill lead now, or 1 kill lead now. So, you know, just remember, folks, this is a really, really good E-Town squad. They are the state runner-up, and So this is a really tough matchup for us. And unfortunately, the creep score there is pretty close, but still E-Town taking the advantage, and they also have a 700 gold lead.
This never ends. It claims
Oh, and that's a kill for E-Town. As Mr. Evans said, they have quite the large gold lead now. So far, they need communication. Communication needs to be done. Nice, Wolf Blue secured a kill. And that is a Drake down for E-Town. Mumu retreating.
resist their fate.
And as we've said before, those Drakes can be game changers once they start to stack up. E-Town now also has a 2,000 gold lead, which spells no good for Wolfe County. And Mumu getting that blue buff. Ooh, and that's another rough one. Oh, Wolf Blue about to take down a... Oh, this is a nice little matchup in the jungle. Wolf Blue chases them out into bottom lane. Can he get the kill? E-Town now up by 3,000 gold lead. Ooh, can Halsey get the kill?
The Isles remember. Take shape.
Alright, so looks like E-Town here has about a 4,000 gold lead, 8-2 kill lead. Really putting a lot of pressure on Wolfe County, and not a whole lot Wolfe County can do to sort of counter some of their attacks. But we do see Wolfe County did get the first Drake, get the Infernal Drake, so that does help. They're going to really need to pay attention and make sure they get that second Drake, which is going to spawn here pretty soon. It would also be very helpful if they could go get the Rift Herald, which it looks like that Jax and another one of E-Town's players are on top of the Rift Herald right now. So if Wolfe County does not go and get that Rift Herald, that's going to be an issue for them. Let's take a look here and see how much they've got on it. As the Rift Herald does fall to E-Town, which is unfortunate for Wolfe County. As we see the nice yank and engage there from Wolfe County in the bot lane. Nice! Can they get both of them with the double kill?
Yes, double kill. Let's go.
Nice job. And that Warwick shut down the Jax. Oh, but unfortunately there.
Halsey was slain.
Yeah. And we see that second Drake here, and Wolfe County is going to be able to do a lot of damage on that. That set coming in, unfortunately, and distracting them. But Wolfe County here with the triple team, they do take down the set. And can they get this Drake? Looks like E-Town doesn't have a response to it. Nobody around.
Looks like they can pick up that Drake, Mr. Evans.
Nice job. So that closes that lead down to about 2,000 gold lead. So see that how quickly things can change.
Turret plating will soon fall.
It's you they seek.
And Wolfe County's top laner here playing as Mordekaiser, doing a lot of work here. So you can't get too close to that tower, else the tower does damage to them. You notice how it attacks them.
Yes, massive amount of damage. It works just like a turret.
Yep.
That Mordekaiser's causing a lot of trouble for Halsey.
Well, Halsey is Mordekaiser. Jax is the other E-Town player. Cameron there on a killing spree. Can they get both of them? So yes, even though the turret was destroyed, oh, that is tough for the Amumu there. That Jax. Jax is so aggressive this game, and just taking every risk. Like, oh, and they dropped the Rift Herald in top lane. Nobody to contest up there. Oh, we do have a TP in, but he's still going to take out over half. You see how much power it is?
Oh, that's a lot of damage.
But Wolfe County here able to jump in and shut down that Jax.
The Isles remember.
Can he get him? Do not let him get away. Oh, so close.
That was a sliver of health.
Wolfe definitely getting some, getting optimistic here that they can still do some work and still make a comeback as we approach the 15 minutes into the game here. Wolfe only down by about 3,000 gold and only down 3 kills. So. As we see E-Town invading our bot jungle, but Wolfe there to answer not too far away with the Fizz and the Moo Moo. That Jax is sort of floating around upper jungle. See Wolfe here with the engaged, but they are on the run here, and now we have a huge team fight. We have 4v4, and both teams, Wolfe sort of backing up, but still doing a lot of damage on E-Town.
E-Town now has a 5,000 gold lead. Wait, make that 4,000. My bad.
Down there. Ooh, getting a little too close as the Jax gets destroyed, gets down. Ooh. Here pushing on back. And as you get further into the game, you see the countdown there, your spawn time, it gets higher and higher, so as you get deeper and deeper into the game, you have to sit on the sidelines for an even longer amount of time, so. And Cameron there going after that set Ashe is able to kill the set there in the mid lane.
It also appears that E-Town has destroyed the last tower in mid lane, which spells no good.
Yeah, that is 5 towers to Wolf's 2 towers. It looks like Blake Halsey did get that top lane tower before he backs here, so that was good. So it's 5 towers to 2 towers, about a 3,000 gold lead. And that Ocean Drake will be spawning in about 25 seconds. So if Wolfe can capitalize and get that Ocean Drake and, continue just fighting this out, then we may see a change in result this time around.
Here comes the Ocean Drake.
And both teams sort of going after some team fights here before they go after that Ocean Drake. Whoever's going to win this team fight is going to be able to secure that Ocean Drake. As Cameron gets that first Jack kill. Ooh! And
here we go,
shutdown.
boys.
And Wolfe playing really aggressive here, going after them. And they got them separated a little bit.
Oh, nice kill by Halsey.
And that gives them a chance to go after that Drake as that set is still up in mid lane and the Thresh is in mid lane as well. So Wolfe here able to secure their 3rd Drake this game. Very nice. And that also gives them a 15-4 kill lead, and that cuts that gold lead down to only about 1,400 there. So, well, yeah. So Wolfe definitely getting some more momentum here, and those 3 Drakes, you're going to start to see the effects of those here in those team fights. Now that Rift Herald is only going to be up for another 35 seconds, so if they can capture that Rift Herald in the next 35 seconds, that's going to be bad for Wolfe. But Wolfe here coming in, they may contest as they go after that set. They lock him in place. And
if they can capture that Rift Herald, it'll be completely game changing before they can open it up.
This is all 5v5 here as Wolfe goes the all in, gets the root. As Set shut down the Ashe there. So a 2 for 2 trade. Ooh! And let's see here. Did he get the...
Pretty sure.
No, he did not. So it is now 3v3 with that Jax moving up top.
Rest in your rightful place.
Wolfe kind of here, they cut that gold deficit down to about 1,500, but maintaining a kill lead of 17-16. So now that tower count still is in favor of E-Town with 5-2 towers. So Wolfe kind of going to have to, do something about that and really work hard to get some more towers. But we see E-Town here getting after that red buff. Do something about that. Alright, looks like we got a huge team fight here in the mid lane. So we see one of the E-Town players goes down, and Wolfe kind of able to keep all 5 members alive as they back up towards their base. As we see E-Town sort of setting up for Baron, they will probably try to engage Wolfe County before going after Baron, just so there's no risk of getting stolen, but we will have to see. We see Set and Jax purchasing that Titanic Hydra, which is a huge piece of armor for E-Town. Both teams sort of hanging back and playing it safe here. They know that a team battle could result in one team or the other getting a huge advantage and going after the Baron. And if Wolfe County could get Baron, they could really push hard. They could get almost in their base. You see all 5 members of Wolfe County's team here coming up mid lane. Wolfe kind of chipping away at that tower there, getting some good hits on the tower as E-Town's sort of staying back. They took about a quarter of that health down on that tower. As you see E-Town moving down towards that Drake, the Dragon Pit, and Wolfe County is going to follow. Ooh, they're going to catch the Set out, and they do get the Set. Are they going to be able to get the rest of the team? Very nice. Pulling them out one at a time is the way to go down. Getting the Jax. So there's 3 of E-Town's players that have went down. Wolfe County here, huge play there as they are able to run E-Town off of this Drake. If they're able to get this Drake, that's going to be their 4th Drake of the match. And that is the Ocean Drake. And that will give them a chance, if I'm not mistaken, at the Eternal Drake as the 5th Drake here in a minute. If they can capture it, it will be their Eternal Drake. Wolfe County has closed that gold lead down to 1,000. This is going to be one of those longer matches that definitely is going to go down to the wire.
Wolves blue pushing E-Town out of the jungle. Looks like they might attempt to go for Baron after running them off. Oh, and they have been ambushed. Oh no. That is no good. Looks like E-Town's now going to push up and get Baron. With nobody able to stop them. E-Town is now claiming Baron.
So, unfortunately there, it's E-Town did get that Baron, which gives their minions some buffs. That's a good play for E-Town, but Wolfe County there does have 4 Drakes up on them, so as we see, let's move this out of the way. Ooh. Go back. Sorry everybody about the camera there. As we see E-Town there grouped up in the jungle, crossing the river down towards Wolfe County in the bot jungle. As Set's taking out the wards, trying to eliminate all vision from Wolfe County's bottom jungle. That's an important aspect of this game is vision. When they plant those wards, it allows them to see the enemy coming in. So whenever E-Town destroys those wards, that is bad for Wolfe County because we can't see where they're at. We can. But we're 3 minutes behind them. They can't. As we see all of E-Town gathered in that bot jungle, ready to make a big play there on their tower. Unfortunately, another tower falls. Wolfe County really going to have to do something about these towers. Wolfe County is going to have to win team fights, and they're going to have to push really hard to get in their base because otherwise, E-Town just continues to just chip away.
Even with all those buffs, E-Town has claimed more towers than
You see Wolfe County here engaging, backing up a little bit, staying close to the base. And E-Town does retreat back towards the jungle river. As we see Wolfe County here backing, probably to make some purchases and then come back out fighting again. As we approach the 30-minute mark here, Wolfe County is down by about 6,000 gold, but they are up 22-21 the kill count, and they're down by 4 towers. 62. E-Town has a tower lead. And the Elder Dragon is going to be spawning here in less than 45 seconds. That is going to be critical to this match. If Wolfe County is able to get that Elder Dragon, that is going to give them just enough of an advantage to probably win those team fights. And, oh, that is so unfortunate. Ooh. Because that Amumu, which has Smite, is now out of the game for the next 35 seconds, and the Elder Dragon is spawning in 30 seconds. So E-Town here is on the Drake pit. This is really going to be unfortunate if Wolfe County can't take this Drake. And they may let E-Town attack it and then swoop in and steal it, but without that without that Amumu Smite, that's going to be difficult, and they are baiting Wolfe County in. They are hoping Wolfe County will engage. As they go ahead and engage, And Wolfe County just hanging back, and hopefully they can jump in and steal. This is the Elder Drake. This is a huge part of the game here. Ooh, and as the set comes in from behind, and Wolfe County is distracted here.
E-Town is slaying the dragon.
Yeah, so that's going to be really difficult for Wolfe County here. You know, while not a end of game tragedy, it's definitely not the best situation for Wolfe County now, not having the Elder Drake, but.
As he was saying, Wolfe County's really got to make some plays to turn this around. Now that E-Town has that Elder Drake, and they've also got a 4-tower advantage over Wolfe County, some big plays have to be made now, or else this game is going to go south for our Wolves team. And now E-Town attacking Baron. And I can see from the map that Wolves are now ambushing them from behind. Let's see if Wolves can turn this around and get that Baron buff. This might just be the little boost Wolves needs to get this win. It could be crucial. Oh. Wolves coming in and getting a completely clean sweep on their team. 2 more left. Come on, Wolves. You can do this. You know you can. And as I'm looking at the thing, I can see that we have killed Baron. So that's a nice buff for our team. Wolves are now pushing up mid lane. They could turn this around if they have plenty of time to push up that mid lane and get them backed up into a corner.
The damned resist their fate. Arise and return to this world.
As we see here, Wolves Blue are now in jungle. Doing a quick retreat from E-Town, going up the mid lane. Dylan's been stunned, but now we got a nice little team fight going on here in the mid lane. Can Blue capitalize on this team fight and push up that mid lane and take down that tower?
Wolfe County here after 35 minutes with a 5 kill lead and deficit of only 5,000, about 4,000 in the 3,000. Sorry, in the gold lead. E-Town maintaining a 6-3 tower lead as E-Town is shredding that tower in Wolfe County's base, and the first turret in Wolfe County's base is destroyed. Are they going to be able to get this inhibitor? And a Moo comes out, helps support. They are not. So E-Town abandoning their attempt at the inhib. So no super minions for E-Town as they run back towards bot jungle. They are desperately trying to get this Drake, E-Town is, so they can get a little more boost and momentum. Wolfe County needs this Drake more than they do if they hope to come back and win.
As you see here, Wolfe is pushing the Elder Drake, and the red team has sadly slain that Elder Drake. But Wolfe has now pulled off a... Ooh, there's a 4 and a 5. There we go. Shut down. Yes, sir. Ace by Jeremy McKinney. Now, let's see where this can take them. And it seems that they had just captured that Elder Drake there at that second, so I don't think they have the buff anymore. Wolfe County now pushing that tower, getting ready to advance up into red team's base, aka E-Town. They're going for that first tower. Everyone still hasn't spawned in. Wolfe County pushing up. Now Wolfe County going for that inhibitor, seeing if they can get those super minions. Wolfe County has claimed the inhibitor, now pushing up into the base, going for another tower. Can Wolfe County get this tower? Wolfe County now claims another tower, backing out.
That was a smart play there because, you know, they may have been able to end there.
They may have been able to end there, but that team was about to spawn fresh, right on top of them.
And you don't want to go. You don't want to get, you know, killed there in their base and have to sit out for about 45 seconds because then that would allow them to come
Right, and
down.
you also have to remember that E-Town had almost destroyed their inhibitor, so that could have gave them time to go back and take out that inhibitor.
Yeah, if Wolfe County had lost that fight in their base, that would have been almost certainly a chance for E-Town to come down and win the game. So that was an incredibly smart move there for them to, you know, back off and play
it safe.
Play it safe, you know, because this game has still got life in it. Wolfe County still here has a good chance to come back. I mean, that was incredible play there for Wolfe County to go in and get all the way down to that last tower in base. You know, Wolfe County here is gathered in the north jungle as E-Town is about to get this Baron, and E-Town does get that Baron. Although Wolfe County, nice there with the double kill for Fizz. Now, unfortunately, Cameron did fall there, but Wolfe County here able to take out Fizz with the triple kill with the Jax there. And Wolfe County is able to just march up that mid lane towards their base with only one of E-Town's players out. This is most certainly going to end up in favor of Wolfe County here.
Wolfe County now pushing E-Town's base.
As they are able to chip away at that tower.
And that tower falls. As you see here, Wolfe County now goes for the
Nexus.
Nexus. And that's a win for Wolfe County.
And Wolfe County come away victorious against the state runner-up E-Town. So impressive win there for Wolfe County Wolves Blue. And I will put the scoreboard up here for a minute. I'll let you. Yeah. We'll see the stat line here for Wolfe County. Incredible game here for both teams. You know, Wolf Blue have been working so hard to improve and come out and deliver a great game against E-Town. E-Town still, of course, one of the best teams in the state. It's clear there from that matchup that they deserve to be in that conversation with best teams in the state. But all right, so there is your stats. We will be joined here by our entire team. It was so difficult to pick a single player of the game. All of them had incredible stats, and they all fought so hard there for 40 minutes and 4 seconds. One of the longest games we've been a part of this season, this entire year, actually. So let's take a look here at our players of the game. If y'all want to join in there and gather in. So, guys, this was our final preseason matchup, and our second match against E-Town was a victory. So what are your thoughts, Cameron, on the victory there?
That was the most fun match that I've had in my esports career. It was also the most difficult,
Challenging.
probably, yeah, besides the one that we've lost, of course. And we went against E-Town in semifinals last season, and we actually lost, but I think we just proved to ourselves that we can be a state finalist.
I completely agree. And Dylan, what do you think of that matchup in the support role?
Well,
First
first game
game.
was really rough. I had wrong runes, kind of entered. Second game that we did a lot better though, like a lot.
And Matt, you're a moo. You hit the same champion in both matches, but I think you did a little bit better that second match than the first match. So
It was the Dragon Steel.
great job, guys, on
Yeah.
getting 4 Drakes and then the Elder Drake. Did you get the Elder Drake?
No,
they
no,
got
we
it.
They got both.
We got Elder once.
You
We
got
got
it
it.
one?
No, they got it. They got it both
Baron.
times.
We got Baron.
Okay, yeah. Well, this was an incredibly long match,
They
so
got Baron and
it's hard to
Elder,
keep
though.
track of who got what. So, Jeremy there,
We
great
also got
job
Soul.
playing Fizz. I
Yes,
mean,
great plays from you, Jeremy.
so the first matchup, they played Fizz, and the second matchup, you came back with the Fizz pick. and so-
The Elise was standing out in the open, so I would just drop an R on her, and then every time she would run into the ADC. So it's kind of her fault that they lost the game. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
Sorry to dog on her.
And Blake, great job in the top lane. Their top laner was, I think, one of the best players on their team. And Blake, you did a great job of sort of keeping them at bay and not allowing them to get too fed and sort of take over. Any thoughts on the match?
Well, I kind of ended it early. I was 0-3 star, and I ended at 8-6 and 11.
I think
so
I think you
I think
handled
I came
it.
back from it really well.
I think it was as good as it could have been. You know, like
There-
you didn't
It
die.
could've been worse, yeah.
You didn't die 10 times.
Still, Blake, you were the wall that you were needed to be.
Yeah.
Like the literal wall.
So, any final thoughts here before we get off here?
Really excited to.
I'm gonna have a heart attack. I'm really
I'm really excited to prove ourselves this season. I think that we just did in a lot of
Yeah.
ways. So
Absolutely. I couldn't agree more. And next week starts the official season, the regular season, and we're all really, really excited to get it started. All right, well, thank you all for joining us. And we will be back next Tuesday with the start of the regular season. We want to thank you all for joining us today. An exciting matchup, such an exciting matchup to finally get that victory against an E-Town team that we have played so many times. We played them last year. We played them in the regular season in the fall, state semifinals in the fall, and here we are in preseason. So it is so good to finally get a victory, and it sort of shows that we are competitive at the highest levels.
Yes.
All right, well, we're going to sign off here. Thank you for joining us. You want to say goodbye?
Goodbye, guys, and I would like to remind you to subscribe, like, and click the bell icon to stay up to date with Wolfe County Esports.
All right, we'll see you next week.